Good day. Today we are looking at properties of logarithms, and you've come to part 3 of this series. We are looking in this video at the power rule of logarithms in particular. So we're going to explore how that property works. And for many, this is one of the easiest properties of logarithms to employ. And in truth, it is really an extension of the product rule. Okay, so we're going to look at this together right now. Okay, so the power rule of logarithms is this simple. If you have a logarithm with a base of b of some value x raised to the p power, I can also write this with p functioning as a coefficient of the logarithm. So this is equal to p times log base b of x. And the reason why I say that this is really an extension of the product rule can be demonstrated like this, and then we'll get into a couple of examples. All right, so let's look at something fairly easy, and not a huge power, but maybe a power like 2. Okay, so let's look at log base b of x squared. Well, consider that we could rewrite that x squared as x times x. So if I were to do that, it would look like this. Log base b of x times x. All right. And then recall from what we know about the product rule that if I have a product, I can separate it into 2 logarithms that we sum. So this would be log base b of x plus log base b of x. All right. Well, isn't this 2 of the same thing? Well, of course it is. It's 2 of log base b of x. So I can call this 2 times log base b of x. And if you see that through this manipulation, we have taken this power of 2, and through this we have made it into the coefficient of our logarithm. Okay, so that's all well and good, but now let's look at some examples. All right, so this is fairly easy. We're going to start with the example of log base b of x to the 7th. And we're going to say, okay, well, what is this equal to? And really all we're going to do is take this power of 7 and pull it out front and call it a coefficient. And we're going to say, well, that is equal to 7 times log base b of x. And there's really nothing more that you can do with this. It does come in handy later on when we're doing logarithmic equations, when we're going back or forth. Sometimes we would prefer to have it here. Other times we're going to prefer to have it here. It just really depends. So it's nice to know that we can write it in either form and it's fine. So how about this one? Log of capital N to the -6th power. Well, that is equal to, pull that -6 out in front, -6 times the log of n. All right, how about this one? Shifting up a little bit so we've got more workspace. Log base 9 of y cubed. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull that 3 out in front, and we would have 3 times log base 9 of y. And the last one we're going to look at together for this rule is ln of the 5th root of x. And this one is the trickiest. It's really not too bad. We just need to remember that we want to change this radical form to an exponential form. Okay, and you may recall that when you have the 5th root of some expression, that it is the same as the 1/5 power. So these are the same thing. And then we want to eliminate this power and pull that out front. And so we will call this 1/5 times ln of x. And that's about it for this. See you next time.